Hi, my name is Patty and I'm doing a baking challenge. I release a video every Friday. Welcome to this week's video. Now, let's find out what I'm baking this week. I only have 4 more left. So let's see this one. Very excited for this one. I really love Millionaire's shortbread. Hey guys, welcome to another video. So this week I'm making something that I really love. It's called Millionaire's shortbread, and I got to know this in the UK. They usually have them at every store. It's basically a layer of shortbread and then a layer of caramel and then chocolate on top, and it's very, very delicious. Let's do this. Let's start making the shortbread. My oven is preheating at 160 degrees Celsius. This is soft butter. I'm going to add sugar and flour, and that's basically it for the shortbread. But before that, I have here my baking pans ready, just lined with parchment paper. I'm making a double recipe, but I'm leaving the recipe for just one, and then if you want to make two, you just double it. I'm going to leave the quantities listed below. So now I'm going to get my mixer so we can cream the butter and sugar. Let's scrape it. Okay, I think this is creamy. So now let's scrape it again. And then we'll add the flour. If you're using unsalted butter, you need to add some salt, a pinch of salt. So now we're adding flour. And for a more delicate cookie, I always sift the flour. Let's give it a quick stir with the spatula. Mix it again, not for a long time. That's it. It's enough till it all comes together. So now I know that I need to have about 600 grams in each. So now we need to press this as even as possible. I have to smooth it a little bit. These baking pans are 22 centimeters wide. I need to try and smooth it a little bit. So I'm gonna try and do this. And it's like this. Let's see how this is looking. Okay, so I think it's a bit better. So you can see the difference. Here is one, and here is the other one, where you can see the indents from my fingers. Okay, I think this is good. And now before it goes into the oven, just quickly do the shortbread fork pricking. Okay, to the oven at 160 degrees Celsius. The shortbread is baked. It was in the oven for 25 minutes. Now we can start taking care of the caramel. In a pan I have butter. I'm going to add condensed milk, some sugar, and some golden syrup. And now we need to take this to the stove. Almost all melted. We need to wait for it to boil and then keep it here in the stove for about 5-7 minutes, stirring it so it darkens in color. So now they need to set in the fridge for like 2 hours and then we can pour the chocolate on top. Let's melt some chocolate. I have here 100 grams of white chocolate and 200 grams of milk chocolate. I'm going to melt it in the microwave. Milk chocolate. White chocolate. So now that the caramel is set, I'm going to pour the chocolate on top. Milk chocolate. This one is done. Just needs to set in the fridge. Let's melt this dark chocolate. Let's pour it on top of this one. Gonna add a little bit of flaky salt just to half. Some people like it, some people don't. Okay, so I'll take this to the fridge and let it set overnight. We are now ready to slice the Millionaire shortbread. So let's start with this one. They have been in the fridge overnight. I'll show you one. I think this caramel should have been a bit darker. since this is only melted chocolate on top, it's cracking a bit. If it was like a ganache, this wouldn't happen. It's a bit messy. I need to be really quick cutting it, otherwise it will crack in the middle like so. Okay, this could have been a bit prettier. I'm sure it will be tasty, at least I hope so. Let's taste it. Okay, so it's now the next day, and I left the Millionaires in the fridge overnight, and we were just slicing them. You can just leave them whole, but I wanted to slice them and leave them in cubes so that they are ready to freeze some and to give them away if I want to. So that is why I have some of those that cracked a bit, and I'm going to taste those. So I'm going to start by tasting one of the milk chocolate and white chocolate ones. It is good, but as I said earlier, I think the caramel should have been darker, but it's very, very tasty. Now I'm gonna try the dark chocolate one. Oh. I think I should have added a thinner layer of chocolate because I think it wouldn't break as much, and I think I like this one best because the chocolate is stronger and not as sweet, and the caramel is already sweet, so these are very good. I don't think this is the perfect recipe. I made them before and I had, I think, a better result, but they are pretty good anyway. I hope you like this video. I hope you give the Millionaire shortbread a try. They are very good. They are not very difficult to make. That is all for this week. I'll be back next week with another recipe. See you later. Bye.